Here we have another Zenith. This one is a Zenith wave magnet, long distance. I like that it has the emblem still on there, and it was, you know, it's, if it was painted or silk screen. I don't know if they had silk screen back then, but it sure looks similar to it. This is a pretty old. I think this one may be the oldest one so far. I don't know. I can't read what it says on the bottom there. It looks like it's just AM. But what's it say? It says on the bottom, made, can you see that? Made in United States of America with the patent. Registered U.S. Patent Office. U.S. patent numbers. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Looks like the front of it, well, it looks like it's all here. The edges are a little facade, but it looks like it was stapled on. Maybe somebody else stapled it, I don't know. But nicely enough, the knobs are here. If the knobs are here, that's like half the battle. So let's remove the top cover here and see what the back of this baby looks like. Ooh, it's got that very strong. Oh, it's got the book. Yeah, you know what? I looked at this one with my son. I remember when we first got them. We just kind of were taking them out of the car, and it had the manual inside it. So it's battery or 110 vac or Vidic. So it's a chassis 6B03. What's the model now? Is there a model? This, okay, this is the antenna, right? This is the aerial, as we say. This is the aerial. Okay, this is connected through that, whatever that is. I wonder if I guess the wires are in here. I guess that must be a plug. It's very large. So it's model 6G601M. I assume that's correct. Oh, there's a little scheme in there. Oh, look, it's got like battery juice on it. So, you know what? It's a tube chart, but it's got battery juice. Looks like it's only on the side where all the patent numbers are. So that's good. Well, it's not good, but it's okay. 25 watts, AC or DC, A or B battery pack. It's got the tube complement. All the tubes are in there, that's good. And they all look like Zenith tubes. And if I remember correctly, this font on this is the old font, obviously, but these all look like their original tubes. Oh, there's a couple on this side too. Oh, this is screwed. It's got a little screw through the... Okay, it goes through there. Okay, well, I guess the whole thing is here. These must have been rubber at one time. They're hard plastic now. Anyway, there was the AC plug. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a cord. We're going to pull the chassis out of this baby. And we'll take a look at some of the components and see if it's safe to try to power it up. And then I will be right back. Alright, so we got our plug. We're going to go ahead and remove the screws. It looks like there's only 2 screws on the sides. I want to be careful with this radio because I think it's old enough where it could have asbestos in there. So I want to just be kind of careful with getting it apart. And then if there is asbestos, we'll have to deal with that too. Alright, so I think we're good on the... I know it's kind of dark out here, but I sprayed spray paint all over the asbestos sheet just to seal it up. So I think we're good. Now let's get to the chassis. Okie doke, we're back. Boy, I'll tell you, this thing is in beautiful condition. There's not a bit of corrosion on it. The speaker is perfect, and I just don't want to poke a finger through it or anything. Hopefully it's good. Let's give it a check real quick. I've had good luck with speakers in the near past for some reason. Well, I mean, it's got the coil on there. We know the coil's good. I don't know, we'll have to check. We'll have to check the whoa, wait a second. No, the coil, I mean the what do you call it? The transformer is good. So if we put, let's see if we put a little voltage through there with the diode check, we can hear a click. Yep, you can hear a little click. So that means the speaker, let's see if we can hear it this way. You know, we got a junky 9-volt battery. Let's put, I don't have a thing handy, so I guess we could put it. We're going to have to listen to this beep. Shut it off, shut it off, shut it off. I'm going to use this as a yep, the speaker's good. Alright, that's good. That's good. The speaker is good. So we certainly don't want to poke holes in it, so hopefully we won't. I cleaned up the asbestos, from the, I blew the whatever was in here out. There was a couple little crumbles in there. I wiped them up with a wet thing, put them in a plastic bag, and we'll figure out how to get rid of that. But then I blew all the dust and stuff out, so we're pretty good now. I'm pretty sure that is asbestos, but it's possible it's not, but it probably is. It probably is. I like this right here. When you turn it on, it turns red. I guess because it's a battery set. You don't want to accidentally forget it on and consume the batteries. So it's an indicator. Well, the only issue here is that there's no dial cord, so we're gonna have to. It's a pretty simple one, so I'm not too worried about this one. The spring is here. Somebody was in here because the dial cord's completely gone. So we'll do that. This battery cable's got a few breaks in the red wire. All the other ones seem to be okay. The red one is very crispy though. And there's a break right there, right at the edge there, and I don't know if that has any voltage on it or not, but I guess I could just replace the red wire, but I really don't want to do that. I just would rather, oh, I don't want to lean it on that. I would rather just get, let me see if I could pull it forward a little bit to a place that's not. There's some extra wire in there. I don't know if there's no knot. There's just a piece of tape in there. Let's see. That's pretty strong tape, actually. You know what? I'm just going to splice a new wire in there because I don't want to pull the whole plug apart right now. We got other things we need to do. So I'm just, you know what? Yeah, let's do that. We can do this. I'm just gonna let's try to get it out of there. We got to put a. I guess we could just put a cord on there and see if it. This is why I hate these. You know, they wrap the cords around, the wires around these terminals, and there you go. All right, and then it becomes almost ridiculously hard to get it out. have a feeling, well, yeah, it's weird. All the other wires are good except the red. Something about that red wire. I really was trying to pull the wire out of the, yeah, well, it's pulling out of the jacket. It doesn't matter anyway. It's very strange. I wonder if that piece of tape was supposed to be through there. Is it like dried? Yeah, I mean it's dry all the way to here. That's crazy, that wire is just crazy. Alright, let me grab a piece of wire, I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and replaced that red wire. I didn't open this up, and I may do that if I decide to do this radio. If I decide to completely do a restoration of this, and probably rightfully so for this one because it's in such good condition. But for now we're going to leave it the way it is, just as long as it's safe. We got this power plug here. Let's see, we need to put this plug on, and we're going to go ahead and replace some of the caps in here. I want to figure out which ones that we need to replace that are, you know, that are important. Well, I mean, they're all important, but, you know, some of them more so than others. But let's do the AC plug first. Let's, I want to get the, I want to see which one of these, actually, which one of these AC leads goes to the ground, and it looks like it's this one right here. I mean, it's right there, so it's actually connected directly to the ground. Ooh, look at that. Look how crispy that is. Jeez. That is crispy. Let me make sure that's a ground. It sure looks like it. No, maybe not. What is that? What is that? What is that just the AC connection? No, they're not connected to ground. Look at that. Well, maybe this one is. Here, hold on. That one's not. Ew. That is the most rotten wire I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, neat. Oh, is it off? It's off. I don't know if that's going to make a difference with that. But could be connected through a cap. I don't know. I don't want to move too many wires in here because we'll wind up breaking more of the insulation off. I'd like to see which one. Looks like this is the one that had the tracer originally, was the one on the right there. So that would be neutral. Let's see, it goes to here. It goes to whatever this thing is here. What is that? It's some kind of switch. Oh, you know what? It's you insert the plug. I see. You know what? We may, well, so to work on DC, you have to insert the plug, and it will not allow you to insert a polarized plug. So we're going to have to put a regular plug on there. Oh well, if you want to do it the right way, you know, oh, the way it was intended. I don't know if I have a brown plug. That's not. I think I'll have a white plugs. I have some really, really old, actually all these are all polarized, all of these. Every one of these is polarized. I guess they're new enough. I guess so. Oh well. I'd like to know that oh So let's see. I know I have this really, really old. I just had it in my hand a second ago. An extremely old plug. Here's a lamp cord. Where is that one? Where are you? There you are. I mean, it's just so... Somebody made this extension cord, it looks like. I got this in a box of stuff I got from... I was actually going to throw all this stuff away. But look at the... Here's a... looks like they made an extension cord. Look at that plug. But here's the thing though, this used to be a 3-pronger and they ripped the prong off it, which is kind of depressing. And on this side they ground it away so you could plug a 3-pronger in this, so we're not going to use that one. Alright, you know what, for now we're just going to use what I got here. And eventually we'll just figure it out. I'll find something I could plug into that. Actually, I have this black plug. I guess we could use that one. That's an old plug too. It looks like it was from a lamp. It has the switch on there. Let's see how much before the switch. It looks like it's pretty long. Yeah, it's very long actually. It's extremely long. Oh yeah. This would work good actually. This will be good. This will be good. This is what we're going to use. We're not going to make it too long. We'll just make it the normal length, about 6 feet. We'll use that. There you go. Let's get rid of this one then. These are very thin. They're like lamp cords. You can't put too much current through these. Anyway, let's see. So it looks like this one, like I said, this one, but it doesn't matter because you could plug it in either way. But the top one was the one with the tracer. So we'll go ahead and do that anyway. I guess we could put it back the way it was. I cut a little extra there so I can make a knot the way it was originally. Let's see, we'll just make a little knot right here. To me it's so weird that you make a knot in the power cord. But that's how they did it back then, I guess. Alright. Which is the one? This is the tracer. Alright, let's get that off there. If I can get it off there. I've got to get that really, really hot. You know what? It broke off. It broke off, but I'm not sure that I broke it off. I think it was broken off and somebody had soldered it on. See, that's the problem with these, is you start yanking on them because the wire's wrapped in there a million times. Oh man, just dripped solder everywhere. I think it's just right here. Well, you know, if you wanted to make a solder joint like that, you couldn't do it. But that is just amazing. Absolutely amazing. All right. All right. Whatever. leave it extra long. This one for sure was broken off, but I don't think there's enough on there to just solder it back, so that's what we're going to do. I didn't give it enough pressure to break the tab, so it must have already been. I'm not sure. Let's see if I can get that through the hole. Oh yeah. Come on. You know what, I'm going to pause. I'll get this on and I'll be back. After some small investigative techniques, I realized that this capacitor right here is the cap that's connecting the AC. Well, it's not connecting, but it's connecting from one of the AC line to ground. So we are going to replace that one for sure, because you never know. I don't know what size it is, but that one's got to go. That one's got to go for sure. I'm not even going to check it. We're just going to get rid of it. We're just going to get rid of it. I want to. There's one of those sand resistors that have a tendency to crumble when you bend them, and I'm sure that one's good. I have a feeling we turn this radio on, just plug it in, and it's just going to work. It just doesn't look that used, and it's a Zenith, for heaven's sakes. What was that movie, Gremlins? Remember Gremlins? There ain't no gremlins in a Zenith. Remember that? I think it was a Sony. Didn't he toss the Sony out in the street? There ain't no gremlin. I remember that from I always remember that as a kid. That guy said that in that movie. There ain't no gremlins in a Zenith. Alright, so it's a 0.05. It's a 0.05 at 200 volts. 100 volts. So I guess 0.07 would, I mean 0.07, 0.047 would be the closest one. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a safety cap in there. Let's see. It's 0.068. There's a 0.047. So what is that? We 473. Let me make sure. Right, 47333. 000. 473. I wish my eyesight was better, but I can never see very well, especially these when these muted colors, like it's kind of gray against the yellow background. So this is 275 volts, and let's see, it actually says right on there 0.047. Okay, that's good. El Perfecto. So I think what we can do is we'll use the, ooh, look at that, it's all corroded in there. That's no good. I pulled this, if you saw that, I pulled this little piece of shielding off there, and it's all corroded, the piece of wire. So just get a little piece of, let's use yellow because the cap is yellow, so we're going to put a piece of yellow on it. Let's put some yellow in there. Throw you around right there, should be okay. Try to get that off completely. We're going to lop it off. I don't want that on there. Actually, you know, just leave a little tiny piece right in the end. I'm not even sure solder would stick to that. As corroded as that looks, I don't think solder would even stick to it. Yeah, solder's not even sticking to it. As a matter of fact, it's just moving around. You know what? There's a guy on, what is he, Glass Slinger? He's another guy. He's a guy you could learn from for sure, without a doubt. But he's quick. He does these and he just solders the component in place. He doesn't J-hook. He doesn't do any of that stuff. And he never seems to have any issues. So how important is it to really J-hook? I don't know. I usually do it because it doesn't take that much effort. But on the same note, you get a good, let's see, you make a good connection with a big lump of solder. And you should be okay either way. No, get back over there. You know what? I mean, it was holding down so perfectly. This is what happens, right? This is the way life is, right? You try so hard, and everything just comes tumbling down. What's that song? There's another song. Oh my gosh. This is why, you know, if I wasn't videoing this, it would go really quick and easy. But because alright, I'll get it in and I'll come back. Alright, so we got that one cap changed. Let's go ahead and I'm not going to hook the speaker up yet because I don't want it in the way. Let's go ahead and see what happens. Let's plug it in and see what happens. We're going to plug it into my B&K so I can see if it draws any amperage. Let's see, get 120 volts, 0 to 2 amps. Let's leave it off for a minute. We can turn it on. Actually, this is off anyway. Nothing. We don't see nothing. Huh. The tubes are not lighting, but I don't see any amp draw at all. I hope there's no open filaments. These are all those 1-volt tubes, and they're very, very suspect for open filaments because somebody did something wrong. I mean, they do go bad on their own as well. These do have some evaporation, filament evaporation on the top of the tubes, but usually, well. Alright, so first thing, let's see if there's let me make sure that the connections are good here. That's the first thing. Let me see, let's put this thin roll of thin solder that keeps unwinding to hold the front of it, just to hold it up a little bit. Let's see. You know, it's very possible that this plug is no good. I didn't check it, and I probably should have. No, that side's good. Let's check the other side. No, it's not the plug. Make sure it's going through. Then we'll check the switch. No, it's good. Let's see. Turn it on. Let's check that switch. Ooh. No, the switch is good. I guess we could check all the tubes. We're going to do that. We're going to check all the tubes. This is obviously this. Well, let's check that resistor real quick here. How many ohms? I'm not sure. Uh-oh. Is that resistor open? Is it 170? Well, we don't have it on ohms anyway. Let's see. 170 ohms. Is that what these are? I don't know. I just don't. It looks like it's been heated up, but without disconnecting it from the circuit, I don't know. I don't know. $170 ohms. I guess we could pull this tube out. Let's see. We're gonna check the fill. That would be the next line of troubleshooting, would be checking the filaments in those tubes. So 170. I know somebody out there's. Well, I know somebody watching this is screaming, "It's good, it's good, it's supposed to be." I just don't know myself. I don't know. Would it be 170 ohms? Probably. I think that the filament of these is the one, you know. I think they're the ones in between the little keyway. I think. I'm not sure, but I think they are, and I hope not, because if that's the case, then that tube is open. But the best thing to do for me is grab a tube tester, which is what we're going to do right now. We're going to grab a tube tester. So let me go grab that, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we have the hybrider. It's the hybrider, the Sencor tube checker. Put that in front here. We've got the tube checker of choice. This one is very well built. I have another one. I have a bunch of these tube checkers. We're gonna get rid of most of these things. I'm just gonna probably keep one of them, but I don't know. I'm not sure which one would be the best one for my needs. I did look on eBay to see if any of them were for sale, and like this one, for instance, seems to sell for quite a bit of money. I was kind of surprised at that. But it's built like a Sherman tank. So, oh, let's see. Let's just plug out of the way. So I can understand it, I guess. But this one does transistors and tubes. Hence the name hybrider, I guess. But I've never used it. I used it one time, and we were testing them out in another video, but I've never really used it, so we got to figure it out here as we go. Alright, here I found the 117Z6 right there, and there's two settings for it. So A, we'll have to reset it. I'll reset, it's right there. We have to do 1 and 6. And then B is 50. B is 50. Then D, E, F. Then 3. And then socket 1. Socket 1. Socket 1. Alright, let's see. That's interesting. Could that tube be bad? Maybe it is. what's the second setting? So 117Z6. It's 1 6. So you got to do 1 6. And so 50F5 1, and then the other one is 50F3 and 1. So 50F3. So here's 3, and then 5. And it looks like that tube is dead. I don't have the tube. The tube is definitely bad. But I did go on eBay and I ordered a tube. So just so I could at least try to finish this. And so there's going to have to be a part 2. One thing I did forget, I forgot about the dial cord. Isn't this fun doing these strings? And this is a really easy one too. This has got this is probably one of the easiest ones because there's really not much to it. Alright, let's see. What about there? What about there? I'll bet, let's see. There you go. That's it right there. That's perfect right there. Alright, well, that's it for this. And we'll do the, when I get the tube, we'll finish this up. So we'll do a part 2. Alright, well, thanks again, and again, stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.